The palace is shaking. The Golden King has drawn a line between light and darkness. On one side, we have the king and his wife standing as one. On the other side, we have the evil elders who are now suffocating. The wives have realized that being close to the king is a power they must not lose, and they are doing everything to stay in the good books of Queen Naomi. Short prayer. May the light of truth expose every secret enemy around you, and may you find favor in the eyes of those who carry your destiny. Amen. Before we dive in, remember, we have deep respect for our tradition. There are certain names and sacred rituals we don't mention directly, but as you watch, you will understand these fictional names perfectly. The tension in the land of the Golden Crown right now is so heavy, you could literally feel the heat coming off the palace walls. It is a battle of two worlds, one message, one king, and two paths. You are either with the light or you are with the darkness. There is no middle ground anymore. My Crown Gist friends and families, the transformation we are seeing right now is nothing short of a miracle. For the longest time, everyone was asking, what is it about the Golden King? Why is every woman fighting, crying, and doing everything possible just to be called his wife? Let me tell you the secret. It's called proximity. Proximity is power. These women have realized that being close to the Golden King is like standing under a gold dust shower. Before they entered this palace, many of them were just regular people. But today, bloggers are chasing their shadows. The high and mighty are inviting them to dinner, and their names carry weight. They have seen that being on that royal list is the greatest favor the king ever did for them. And because they don't want to lose this power, something beautiful has started happening. The wives are no longer fighting each other. They are coordinating. They are standing behind their husband like a solid wall of fire. Dr. Elizabeth has been working overtime to ensure there is peace, and we have to give it to Kabiyesi. He has been an amazing soul, showing a level of patience that only a true king possesses. The biggest shocker is how they are all gravitating towards Queen Naomi. It is like they have finally seen the light she carries. Every single wife is now doing everything within her power to be accepted by her. They want her okay, they want to be in her good books, because they know that to win the heart of the Golden King, they must respect the light he has chosen to shine on. But as the wives are uniting, the Golden Crown elders, the evil ones among them, are finding it hard to breathe. The Golden King has started a sanitization process. He is clearing up the palace, making sure that anyone who wants to behave anyhow gets treated anyhow. The drama is no longer just village gossip. It is a full-scale war against darkness. The king is making it clear, if you are not for the peace of this palace, then there is no space for you within these walls. The people are happy. They never expected this level of oneness. Even the prophecies of Reverend Esther and the words of the Yanifa are beginning to manifest. They said a time would come when the palace would be cleansed, and even though we thought it would take years, that time is right here, right now. The king and his wives are in one group, and the evil elders are in the other, and the space between them is where the fire is burning.
The atmosphere inside the land of the Golden Crown is currently vibrating with a frequency that is making everyone's skin crawl with anticipation. My Crown Gist friends and families, you need to understand that what is happening right now is a total overhaul. The Golden King has stopped playing soft. He has realized that you cannot put new wine into old leaky skins. If the palace must shine, the dirt must go. Let's talk about this proximity power, because that is the engine driving the wives right now. In this life, who you stand next to determines who notices you. These women have tasted the influence that comes with the Golden King's name. They have seen how doors that were locked with iron bars suddenly fly open just because they are associated with the throne. They have seen how people who used to look down on them are now bowing their heads in the marketplace. This power is intoxicating, and they have realized that if they keep fighting each other, the only thing they will achieve is losing the very seat that gives them value. Because of this, the coordination among the wives is now so tight that even a needle cannot pass between them. It is almost funny to watch, but in a very deep and emotional way. Dr. Elizabeth has become like a stabilizing force, moving between the quarters, ensuring that everyone is on the same page. And Kabiesi is playing his part as the ground conductor of this orchestra. He has been an amazing soul, showing that he isn't just a ruler of a town, but a ruler of his own home. The wives are now competing, but not for the king's bed. They are competing for Queen Naomi's approval. It is the most shocking transformation in the history of the palace. They have seen the light that the king sees in her. They have realized that Queen Naomi is like the compass of the palace's spiritual direction. If she smiles at you, the king's heart opens. If she accepts you, your position is secure. So you see them doing everything. So be in her good books. It's no longer about me. It's now about how do we make this home work. But as the light is getting brighter in the inner chambers, the darkness is getting thicker for the Golden Crown elders. These men used to think they were the ones pulling the strings. They thought they could use the wives to create confusion and keep the Golden King distracted. But now that the wives have formed a united front, the elders are paralyzed. They are suffocating. They can't find any space to breathe because every hole they used to use to leak secrets has been plugged. The Golden King is personally supervising this sanitization. He is looking into every corner, every office, and every traditional department. His message is simple. If you are here to serve the throne, stay. If you are here to serve your pocket or the evil agenda of the fallen elders, pack your bags. The wala for the bad elders is that they have nowhere to go. They have built their lives on being palace insiders, and now the king is making them outsiders in their own land. The people of the land of the Golden Crown are jubilating. They are watching the great cleanup with wide eyes. They see the wise working together, talking together, and supporting the king's vision. This level of oneness is something the ancestors must be smiling at. The king is not just cleaning the physical palace, he is cleaning the spirit of land. Anyone who thinks they can continue with the business as usual of betrayal is in for a very rude awakening. The king has decided that his legacy will not be stained by the greed of men who have no conscience.
My crown gist friends and families, the way the table has turned in the land of the Golden Crown is enough to make any wise person sit down and think. The intensity in the palace right now is so high, the air feels like it is vibrating with a force that could blow the roof off. The evil elders, those in the Golden Crown elders who thought they were the masters of the game, are now looking like beginners. They tried to send a secret messenger to talk to the wives, hoping to find just one person who would be greedy enough to betray the group. But they met the shocker. The wives didn't just reject the messenger. They reportedly stood together and told him to take his darkness back to where he came from. This is the transformation they are talking about. Before now, the elders would have used a little bit of gossip or a small promise of power to scatter the wives. But the women have seen the light. They have realized that the light brought by Queen Naomi is much more valuable than the darkness offered by these greedy men. The struggle for the elders is real. They are suffocating because the Golden King has blocked all the air. Every traditional council meeting that used to be a place for them to plot has now been sanitized. The king is present, his eyes are sharp, and his wives are acting like a human intelligence network. Anything the elders whisper in the morning, the king hears it by noon. How can you fight a man whose house is in total agreement? It is impossible. The most emotional part of this gist is seeing how Dr. Elizabeth and the others are literally protecting Queen Naomi's case. They have understood that if the center is strong, the whole building is safe. They are doing everything to make sure the king sees their loyalty to their respect for the woman he treasures. It is not just about being a wife anymore. It is about being a soldier for the throne. The Golden Crown elders are now panicking. Some of them are reportedly trying to apologize, but their apologies are sounding like the hissing of snakes. They realize that the proximity power they used to enjoy, the ability to sit close to the king and whisper poison, has been taken away. The wives have occupied all the seats. The coordination is so perfect that the elders cannot find a single crack in the wall to enter. The Golden King is not stopping. He is clearing the path for a new era. People are saying that this is the golden age they were promised. The level of oneness is making the villagers happy.
but it is making the enemies of the palace tremble. The evil elders are realizing that you cannot fight a lion who has a pride of loyal lionesses behind him. The wahala has reached their doorsteps.
We have reached the final bus stop of this particular matter, and the way the story is ending is sending shivers down everyone's spine. The air in the land of the Golden Crown is vibrating with a finality that tells you the old days are gone forever. The great sanitization has moved from the inner rooms to the public square, and the heads of the evil elders are bowing in total shame. The report reaching us is that one of the heads of the Golden Crown elders, a man who thought he was untouchable, was caught in a desperate act. It is being whispered on social media that he tried to sneak into the palace under the cover of darkness to plant a seed of confusion between the wives. He thought that if he could just get one wife to feel jealous of Queen Naomi, the whole house would crumble. But he forgot that the palace is now filled with light. The guards didn't even have to move. It was the unity of the wives that exposed him. They stood as one, blocked his path, and called for the king. The Golden King did not waste time. He came out in his full majesty and told that elder, "You have spent your life looking for darkness. Now go and live in it." The man was reportedly banished from the inner circles of the palace forever. This is the "you do anyhow, you see anyhow" policy in full action. The king has cleared the remaining dead, and the message is loud and clear. Loyalty is the only currency accepted in the land of the Golden Crown. Everywhere you go now, people are talking about the proximity power. The wives are no longer just the keepers women. They are seen as the pillars of the state. They are dining with the highest in the land, and their newfound coordination has made them the most powerful female force the palace has ever seen. Dr. Elizabeth and Kabiesi are being hailed for their patience and for believing that this day of unity would come. Even the Ife elders who stayed loyal are now being rewarded with positions of trust. The evil elders are now completely breadless. They have no space to operate, no wives to manipulate, and no king to deceive. This sanitization is complete. The palace is clean, the wives are happy, and the light is shining so bright that it is blinding the enemies of the throne. But as we close this chapter, my Crown Gist friends and families, please take heart and listen carefully. All this information about the elder court at night, the banishment, and the secret video calls are all alleged and rumored information making the rounds on social media. None of this has been officially verified by the palace authorities or the legal councils yet. These are gists floating online that we have gathered for your entertainment and updates, so please do not take them as absolute facts for now. The lesson remains: light will always win, especially when those in the house choose to stand together. The land of the Golden Crown has entered a new season, and the lion is finally ruling over a peaceful pride.